Yeah, you read that right. HitFilm is gone.
Is this editing software best suited for? I'd say forever. Along with their updates, they're giving you the best shot to get started. Many of the tutorials started on their FX Home YouTube channel. I'd say that they're giving you for the pro version. Oh wow, a lot of work has gone into good editor and tweaking package. Okay, so the HitFilm Express you once knew is no longer here.
A video editing program that once stood as the most powerful and free tool for all creators is officially discontinued. And whether you use it or not, it's a big deal. And honestly, it tells us a lot about where the editing software industry is headed towards. So let's talk about what really happened. HitFilm was developed by a company called FX Home, and some sources say it was founded back in 2001. And this video editing software stood out because it combined traditional video editing with advanced VFX and compositing features. And you could have access to it either with their free version or their pro version, which was still less expensive than Adobe products. And by 2021, FX Home had over 6 million users. Many of them were beginners, indie filmmakers, and creators who just couldn't afford the more traditional, more expensive tools, making this a great alternative for them. Then in July 2021, FX Home was acquired by Artlist, the company well known for their music services for creators. And by August of 2022, Artlist had fully transitioned HitFilm into a subscription-only model, removing the perpetual license system and replacing HitFilm Express with a new free tier of HitFilm. That of course became even more limited. Even though it didn't have any watermarks, it still had restrictions like capped at 1080p exports, fewer free features, and a more noticeable push to upgrade the software. And by this time, the entire service and software was rebranded into FX Home by Artlist. And you can think of it as a more limited version of DaVinci Resolve. And as you can guess, a lot of the users and the whole community were not happy with the update. The main two reasons is because of the subscription model, and two, a lot of users lost the ability to use features and plugins that they actually paid for in the last version before the upgrade. So many started to jump ship into other editors such as DaVinci Resolve and CapCut, but we all know what happened there. Fast forward to late 2024 and the rumors started to spread. Artlist announced that FX Home would cease operations by January 15th, 2025. That meant no more sales, no more signups, and no more development for HitFilm in the future. And it was true. On January 15th, 2025, HitFilm officially shut down. The website was taken down, licenses were stopped being sold, and Artlist made it clear to all the remaining users that they would be automatically switched to non-renewing plans. You could technically keep using whatever version of HitFilm you had, but there would be no more updates, bug fixes, or even tech support ever again. That means if you have HitFilm currently installed like I do, as operating systems and hardware move forward, it's only a matter of time it becomes obsolete, making HitFilm a legacy software frozen in time. Now, fortunately, if you still have an account with FX Home, you can still download the last version of HitFilm, which is version 2023. They also released a very helpful guide of what they're explaining the FX Home sunset. You can go through it and they answer some pretty common questions that you may still have. The article will be linked in the description. So what do I think about all of this? For one, I think it's a reminder that even the tools that rely on the most can vanish overnight. We just have to stay prepared. But for real, no script or anything, HitFilm was one of the first editing softwares that I've used. Honestly, it got me through a lot of headaches and troubles, especially when editing with this old thing. This was my first laptop. It's a Windows, very, very old and huge. It's ridiculous. That was my first computer. That's how I learned how to edit, period. And HitFilm was one of the few softwares that could run semi-smoothly. It was great, especially in the early days. And the thing that surprised me the most wasn't even the editing software, wasn't even the editing experience. What surprised me the most was the community. Besides Premiere Pro and I guess DaVinci now, and even CapCut, back then, the FX Home, the HitFilm community was unparalleled. I mean, all the content they had on their YouTube channel with the tutorials, their blogs, their forums, it was crazy. I've never seen a community that active and that passionate about an editing software like HitFilm. Honestly, over the years, it just kept declining for some reason. But during that peak, it's unparalleled. And it's always sad to see a competitor go. Now, thankfully, there's still plenty of editing softwares, and the updates are just keep getting better, and that's a good thing. But for one, it sucks, honestly, especially what happened with CapCut earlier on and now HitFilm, but I'm gonna miss it. As weird as it may be, Artlist has been a supporting partner of the channel for a good while now. Honestly, if I'm talking to Artlist now, I know business is business. You guys had to do what you had to do. I've seen a lot of people comment, why not make it open source? Why not open it to the public? I don't know too much about that. I don't know how that would work. It's an idea, it's a thought. It's never been more easier to make videos. Now we're in a time where even AI can make a full-length video. Maybe not as good as us, but it's there. And from what I've seen and used and tested, that stuff is crazy. And if you don't innovate, adapt, or change, unfortunately, you get left behind. Now, I'm not saying that's what happened to HitFilm, but it looks like that's where the industry is leading. And the good thing about this is that they listen to us. They listen to users just like you, me, and everyone else. But I think it's such an important topic to talk about because we can start seeing the impact that we have. And at the end of the day, it's their job to make the users happy. Now, I know I rambled on a lot. Hopefully this makes sense. But nonetheless, HitFilm, you will be missed. So now what? Well, I think it's safe to say that it's time to look for different alternatives, such as DaVinci Resolve. I've made a lot of videos in this channel reviewing different editing softwares that you can check out for yourself. But it's been a wild development for editing softwares this year. I mean, first you have CapCut dealing with the ban and now their terms of policy under scrutiny, and now you have HitFilm. So let me know what you think about all of this. We'll have a little discussion. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.